Okay. Don't raise hand during the lecture. Ask questions at the end of the lecture. Use hand free if you are using mobile and headphone for computer use. Feed your ID and password properly with your name and class. Take care of time for attending the class. Home tasks should be done in your fair copy of the subject. If there is any disconnectivity during the lecture, try to join again within 5 to 10 minutes. Now we are going to start our lesson number 2 and chapter number 5, fraction. The objective of today's lesson are addition and subtraction of common fraction, product of a fraction by a whole number, product of two fractions. So these are the objectives of today's lesson. Let's take the start from objective number 1, that is addition and subtraction of common fraction. Students, can you hear me? If you can hear me, kindly send a message in the text box, please. Okay. Now, what is addition and subtraction of common fraction? Let's, for more clarification, we will see the definition. Before you can add or subtract fractions with different denominator, you must first find equivalent fraction with the same denominator, like this. As I have told you in the previous class, we have two types of fraction, like and unlike. Like fractions are those whose denominators are same, and unlike fractions are those whose denominators are not same. So in this case, they said if the fraction, we have a fraction with different denominator, we must first find equivalent fraction of that one to make the denominator same. Now, what are the steps to make the denominator same or to make the denominator equivalent to each other? Find the smallest multiple LCM of both numbers and rewrite the fraction as equivalent fraction with the LCM as the denominator. Check this example, like fraction. In this example, you can see that we have like fraction 1 over 7 and 4 over 7. The denominator of both fractions are same. So this is case number 1, that is like fraction. So what we have to do when we have same denominator, we just simply add or subtract. Like this, in this example number 1, we have same denominator 7 and 7. We just simply add the numerator values. 4 plus 1 equals to 5. This is our answer. If cancellation is possible, we will further proceed the step. Otherwise, 5 over 7 is the answer. Now, example number 2. Same example number 2 is case number 1, that is like fraction, same denominators 5 and 5. We will simply add or subtract. You can see this operator, this is subtraction and this is addition. In addition, we will add the values, or in subtraction, we will subtract the values. Denominator is same, we will write 5 as it is. Now, 4 minus 1 equals to 3 over 5. Cancellation is not possible. This is our answer. Now, we have one more example of case number 2. And case number 2 is unlike fraction. Again, I'm repeating unlike fraction. What is unlike fraction? The fraction whose denominators are not same, whose denominators are different, are known as unlike fraction. Check this example. 1 over 2 plus 2 over 3. This is the example. 1 over 2 plus 2 over 3, you can easily see that we have different denominators, 2 and 3. So what we have to do, when we have different denominators, we first take the LCM of both denominators. The denominators are 2 and 3. The denominators are 2 and 3. First, we will take the LCM of 2 and 3. Use your rough copy for taking LCM. The answer will be 6. The LCM of 2 and 3 will be 6. Now, we have LCM 6. Now, what we have to do? We have to make our denominator equivalent to 6. LCM is 6. Now the next step is that we have to make our denominator equivalent. To make our denominator equivalent, what we have to do? I have already told you, to make the denominator same or equivalent, we multiply the denominator with the least multiple number. With the least multiple number. Let's suppose this is 2. To make the denominator 6, we multiply this 2 with 3. 2 3s are 6. Now it is equals to 6. One more thing, when we make the denominator same, it is necessary that we also multiply the numerator with the same number. 2 multiplied by 3. We use this 3 as a numerator also. We multiply by 3 as a numerator also. So 1 multiplied by 3 and 2 multiplied by 3. Same step we have to follow for the next fraction. In next fraction, we have denominator 3 and we have to make this denominator equals to 6. So 3 multiplied by 2 equals to 6. Repeat the same step. Multiply 2 with numerator also. Now the next step, 3 multiplied by 1 equals to 3 and 2 multiplied by 2 equals to 4. Now our denominators become equivalent to 6. Now you can see this looks like a like fraction. Now what we will do, when we have like fraction, we will simply add or subtract. Now 3 plus 4 equals to 7 over 6. This is the answer. And you can also write the answer in the form of whole number. How we can change or convert it into whole number? By long division method. Now before starting the exercise, first note down the home task which you have done in your fair copy. Or it is better to take a screenshot if you are using mobile phone. So what is your home task? Kindly note down the home task. First, we are doing exercise 5.1, page number 83. So question number 3, find the value of. You have to do 3 parts from question number 3 and the parts are mentioned. Part number 6, part number 10 and part number 12. Question number 4, that is simplify. Note down the parts. I will repeat the slide again after a few minutes. The parts of question number 4 are 5, 10 and 14. Now take the start of exercise. Okay. Question number 3, part number 2. I have already explained this case in our first objective. Now this is a question from the exercise. Case number 1, like fraction. You can see that in question number 1, both are like fractions. 3 over 4 plus 1 over 4. The denominators of both fractions are same. So what we have to do, we simply add the numerators. First, we will write 4 as a denominator and 3 plus 1 as a numerator. 3 plus 1 equals to 4 over 4. Now the cancellation is possible. 4 ones are 4, 4 ones are 4. So the answer is 1. This is our exam question number 3, part number 2. And the solution is for like fraction. Now the next part, that is part number 9. Case number 2. Case number 2 is unlike fractions. What is unlike fractions? Again and again I am repeating, unlike fractions are those fractions whose denominators are different. You can see in this question both the denominators are different, 12 and 6. So this is our case number 2. Now what we have to do when we have different denominators? The most important thing is that we have to make the denominator same. And we have to make the denominator same. First, we have to take the LCM of both denominators, 12 and 6. Here, this is the LCM of 12 and 6. You have to take the LCM from least common multiple, and the least common multiple is 2. 2 6 are 12, 2 3s are 6. 2 3s are 6, 3 remains same, 3 1s are 3 and 3 1s are 3. Now we have to multiply all the multiples. 2 2s are 4 and 4 3s are 12. So the LCM of both the denominators are 12. Okay. Now the next step, after taking the LCM, we have to make our denominator same. So to make our denominator same, what we have to do, we have to multiply the numerator and denominator with the least common, with the least multiple value. Here the denominator is 12. If we multiply 12 with 1, so 12 ones are 12. And if we multiply 6 with 2, 6 multiplied by 2 equals to 12. Now in this, the denominators become same. And it is necessary that we also multiply it with the numerator. So multiply with denominator and numerator. 11 ones are 11. 5 multiplied by 2, 10. And the operator between these two values is subtraction. We can subtract 11 minus 10 equals to 1 upon 12. Now you can see that 1 is smaller than 12. Cancellation is not possible. We cannot further proceed the steps. So this is our answer. Okay. You can note down the question. You can take the screenshot of the question. It is better to save the time. Just take the screenshot. Okay. Now the next question. Question number 4, part 12. Simplify. That is question number 4, part 12. Simplify. We are solving the questions related to our objective number 1, that is addition and subtraction. These all questions are related from our objective number 1. After this, we will start our next objectives. Okay, now this is our question number 12. Okay, this is a question, it is little bit different from the previous question. How it is little bit different? Because that was simple, proper, improper fractions. Now this is in the form of mixed fraction. You can see this is in the form of mixed fraction because whole number are present in these questions. Okay, so what we have to do, the very first step, note down this step. When we have mixed fraction, we first change it into proper fraction. First, we have to change the mixed into common fraction. Sorry, we have to change the mixed fraction into common fraction. Like 77 multiplied by 2. First, we multiply it and then add plus 5. We multiply 77 with the whole number, 77 multiplied by 2, and then add it with the numerator, and the numerator is 5. First, multiply 77 with whole number and then add it with 5. So the answer is 159, and the denominators remain same. Again, 55 ones are 55 plus 2. We will add plus 2. It will be 57, and the denominator remains same. Now, third is already in the form of common fraction, no need to change. So, the whole fractions now become and converted into common fraction. Now, we will follow the same steps which we have done in the previous question. What are the steps? You can see that this fraction is unlike fraction because the denominator of all the fractions are different. Number 1, 77, 55, 35. So this is our case number 2, unlike fractions. When we have unlike fractions, so what is our first step? The very first step which we must have to do is that first we have to take the LCM of all three denominators, 77, 55, 35. Here, this is the LCM of all three denominators, 77, 55 and 35. We have to start it from the least multiple, and the least multiple is 5. 77 remains same. 5 11s are 55 and 5 7s are 35. Now the next least common multiple is 7. 7 11s are 77. 11 remains same. 7 ones are 7. Now the next 11. 11 ones are 11. Now we will multiply it all together. 5 multiplied by 7. Okay. 5 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 11 equals to 385. The LCM of all three denominators are 385. So the LCM is 385. Now this is the first step we have completed. Okay, the next step. What we have to do in the next step, we have to make the denominator same. And to make the denominator same, what we have to do, we have to multiply the numerator with the least multiple. First numerator is 159. We have to check that which one value is perfect. 159 multiplied by 5. You can also multiply it with denominator. So you can check also 77 multiplied by 5 becomes 385. 55 multiplied by 7 becomes 385. 35 multiplied by 11 becomes 385. Use your rough copy and do rough work. Okay, now the denominator of all the fractions are same. This is our case number 1 when we have like fractions. 159 multiplied by 5, 57 multiplied by 7, and 1 multiplied by 11. How many operators are there? We have two operators and both operators are subtraction. So we have three values. You can take two values at a time. First, 795 minus 399. We have take in two values. So 795 minus 399 becomes 396. Now 396 minus 11 becomes 385. So 385 over 385, both are same and divisible by each other. 385 ones are and 385 ones are. So the answer is 1. You can do cancellation, you can simplify it more if cancellation is possible. Otherwise, the answer remains the same. So now, question number 4, one more part, that is 6. Okay, this is a simple common fraction in the form of common fraction, but this is our case number 2, that is unlike fraction. Now you have more clarity about like or unlike fractions because I have explained 3 to 4 examples, 3 to 4 solutions in front of you all. Okay. First step is we have to take the LCM of all three denominators, 3, 4 and 12. The least number is 2. First we have to take the LCM from 2, then again 2, then 3. So 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 equals to 12. The LCM of 3, 4 and 12 is 12. So the next step after taking the LCM, what we have to do? We have to make the denominator same. Okay, you can use the equivalent method also if you feel easy to do the equivalent method. Otherwise, LCM is also easy. You can use this method. Okay, the LCM is 12. Check the denominator 3. 3 multiplied by 4 equals to 12. 4 multiplied by 3 is equals to 12. And 12 multiplied by 1 equals to 12. If you check all the denominators, values are correct. Now multiply it with all the numerators like this. If you want to write it with the denominators, you can write, there is no problem. Otherwise, you can write it with the numerators. So 4 multiplied by 1 equals to 4. 3, 3 multiplied by 3 equals to 9. And 5 multiplied by 1 equals to 5. Now in this, we have two operators, addition and subtractions, both are there. So first we have to add these two numbers, 4 and 9. First we have to add 4 and 9 and then we have subtract. So 4 plus 9 equals to 13. Now minus 5. 13 minus 5 equals to 8. 8 over 12. Now you can see that cancellation is possible between 8 and 12. So we will cancel it with 2. Sorry, we will cancel it with 4. 4 twos are 8. 4 threes are 12. So the answer of this question is 2 over 3. 2 over 3 will be not cancel more. So this is our answer. So this is our question number 4, part number 6. If you want to note down, take the screenshot. Now we are moving towards our next objective, objective number 2, that is product of a fraction by a whole number. This is our next topic. Our first topic has been completed. So what is the product of a fraction by a whole number? Let's check this definition for more clarification. To multiply a whole number with a proper or an improper fraction, we multiply the whole number with the numerator of the fraction, keeping the denominator same. How? Check this example. Okay, in this example, we have two numerators and one denominator. 5 by 12 multiplied by 24. This 24 is numerator. You can write 1 as a denominator for your clarification for your understanding, you can write 1. If there is no value, you can use 1 as a denominator. Okay, now what we have to do in the product of a fraction? Simple. Multiply numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. Here in this question we don't have any denominator, so we simply multiply it with 1. But we have numerator. So 5 multiplied by 24 over 12. If you are writing 1 over here, so you will also mention 1. So check this step. Cancellation is possible. Okay, one thing which I would like to share here is that in addition or subtraction, we cannot do cancellation. In addition or subtraction, when we will do addition or subtraction, we cannot cancel any term, any value. But in product, in multiplication, we will do cancellation in crosswords. Cross means 5. Let's suppose is 5. The cross value of 5 is, here it is not present. Let's suppose here is 1. So the cross value of 5 is 1 and the cross value of 24 is 12. So we will do cancellation 5 with 1 and 12 with 24. 5 and 1 cancellation is not possible, but 12 and 24 cancellation is possible. 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24. Now what is left? 5 multiplied by 2 over 1. Okay. Now 5 multiplied by 2 equals to 10. One more thing is that when we have 1 in the denominator, it is not necessary to mention it in the answer. You just have to write 10 as a answer. So this is example number 1. Now the next objective, product of two fractions. Here is a formula. We can say that it is a formula, otherwise this is a very easy way to understand about the product of two fractions. Product of their numerator and product of their denominator. Simple. As I have told you in the previous example, multiply numerator with the numerator and denominator with the denominators. Simple. Check this example. 8 over 9 multiply 9 over 16. So, what about this situation? Cancellation is possible in this case or not? I think cancellation is possible. 8 and 16, we can easily cancel it with the table 2, with 4, with 8. 3 multiples are there. And 9, it is very easy. 9 ones are and 9 ones are. And for 8 and 16, 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16. So what is left? 1 and 1. 1 multiplied by 1 and 1 multiplied by 2. 1 ones are 1 and 1 twos are 2. In the previous question, I said that when we have 1 in denominator, it is not necessary to mention in the answer. But in this case, when 1 is as a numerator, it is necessary to mention it. When 1 is as a numerator, it is necessary to mention in the answer. But when it is as a denominator, so it is not necessary to mention in the answer. You can just write the answer. Okay. One more example of product of fraction. Okay, here we have one more example. Okay, this is not a common fraction, this is a mixed fraction. What is this? This is a mixed fraction. Whole number is there, proper improper fraction is there, so this is a mixed fraction. So what we have to do, the very first step, we have to convert the mixed fraction into common fraction. How we will change mixed fraction into common fraction? I have already explained this thing. Multiply denominator. 5 is denominator and 2 is whole number. Multiply denominator and whole number and then add the numerator. Simple. 5 2s are 10 and 10 plus 3 equals to 30. This is the method to convert the mixed fraction into common fraction. Now the next, 14 as a denominator, 1 as a whole number and 1 as a numerator. So first denominator multiply with whole number and then add with numerator. Note down this point, 14 multiplied by 1 and plus 1 equals to 15 over 14. Multiply by 28. This 28 is written as a numerator, not as a denominator. In the denominator, we don't have any value, just put 1 here. For your understanding, just put 1. Okay. Now, the mixed fraction is converted into common fraction. The next steps are same as we have done in the previous examples or in the previous solution. What we have to do, cancellation is possible in the crossway. We will do cancellation. You can see that cancellation is possible. 5 and 15 are easily cancelled with each other. 14 and 28 are easily cancelled with each other. 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15. 14 ones are 14, 14 twos are 28. Now what is left in the numerator? 13, 3 and 2. And in the denominator 1 and 1. Multiply all these three values to each other. 13 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 becomes 78. 1 is the denominator, no need to mention in the answer. So the answer of this question is 78. Okay, just remember a few points. The very first step, if the question is in the form of mixed fraction, you have to convert it into common fraction. Note down the points which I am sharing with you. These are the very important points. First, we have to change the mixed fraction into common fraction. Then, okay, one thing which I want to add here is that in product of fraction, we will not take LCM. We will take LCM only in addition and subtraction. What is the difference between product and addition and subtraction? In addition and subtraction, we will take LCM of the denominators, but in product of fraction, we will not take the LCM of any denominator. In product of fraction, we just simply multiply and do cancellation. Okay, here now it's time to end the lesson. Okay, this is your question answer session. If you have any query, any question related to the topic, you may ask. Send your question in the chat box. Okay, okay, this is the slide of your home task. Question number 3, you have to do 3 parts, 6, 10 and 12. Question number 4, you have to do 3 parts, 5. Question number 5, 11 and 14. And the remaining part of the exercise you have to do in your practice copy or in your rough copy. And these all parts in your fair copy. Okay. Now this is your time to end the lesson. We will continue it tomorrow from the next topic. Till then, Allah Hafiz.